As time goes on, Minecraft gets louder and bolder. It seems players constantly need more and more to keep them invested, and you can see this in practice. The older Minecraft gets, the more extravagant Minecraft servers become, boasting official in-game economics, completely customizable items, hundreds of new game modes, and so on. By no means is this a bad thing. It's exciting to see how time produces innovation, how each day someone has a new, different idea for shaping the Minecraft experience. But in this tumultuous field of bigger and better, there exists one server I've come across that stands as a testament to Minecraft's most basic philosophy of unchained and unchanged survival. Purity Vanilla. If you don't know, Purity Vanilla is a server that's been going strong for over a year now, and it's a pretty fresh twist on the Anarchy archetype. It's Anarchy, except no hacks, no exploits, and yeah, no dupes. But everything else goes. Toxicity, lying, griefing, whatever you could do in your own single-player survival world without cheats, you can do here. A lot of people would argue that this means it's not Anarchy, and I guess that's true, but by that rule, quote, true Anarchy servers don't actually exist. If players could really do anything they wanted, they could break the server and get it shut down in just hours. Forgetting the subjectivity of the definition of Anarchy, Purity Vanilla is as raw and as honest as Minecraft gets. Even if this doesn't sound like your cup of tea, being on the server for a bit now has shown me something pretty interesting. In a world where everything goes, the duality of life shows itself in players' behavior. Players build and players destroy. There's construction and destruction. Giving and taking. And sure, you see this on other Anarchy servers, but all of these servers usually allow hacking, which greatly unbalances the playing field. And yes, if you're on one of these Anarchy servers, 90% of the time you're hacking, so it's balanced in that sense, but the capacity for destruction is so much greater than creation with these hacks. Not that there aren't hacks available to make building more convenient, but the majority of hacks and exploits usually revolve around griefing. We don't really have an X-ray equivalent on the other side of the fence. The ease X-raying provides to griefing can't be found anywhere in creation. The power of a crystal aura can't be found anywhere in the means of protection. What Purity does is provide a balanced playing field for both sides of the spectrum, and it's so interesting seeing what unfolds. Even let loose in a virtual world where you're told you can do anything within the natural balance of the vanilla game, groups of people forge communities. Groups make friends and build such wonderful things. Like, one philosophy class in college will leave you feeling like mankind is this selfish machine whose perversion to consume and ravage is their domineering force. Purity Vanilla kind of disproves that. In Purity, no one has superpowers or unfair advantages brought on by hacking, and for every grief, there's a new creative base. And this exchange is perpetual. The basis of life itself, rising and falling, shows up even in a children's block building game. An Anarchy server makes your builds and your stash of items feel so much more vital because convenience and safety are out the door. And this is what's special. You give your creations the gift of a guaranteed ending. You aren't condemning them to sit untouched in a project file somewhere for years and years, never to be touched again. When you build in an Anarchy server, you build with the best material of all, which is the promise of an end. What is construction without the destruction? If we were granted endless sunsets, would they be as seductive? Things are only beautiful because they can be lost. And this sentiment often gets bastardized on, quote, true Anarchy servers because it's so easy for your creation to be quickly whisked away by a stack of TNT. To speak to the sunset metaphor, you just get a couple sunsets before some server exploit sends a group of 12 people swooping into your base with soul sand and wither skulls. Purity Vanilla offers your builds a genuine fighting chance, but still promises you that they won't last forever. You, with proper etiquette and protection, are free to be creative and adventurous, all with the one thing that makes those adventures feel so much more wonderful, which is that one day they'll come to a screeching halt in the form of some destructive player. And that's okay. That's what makes those adventures worth adventuring. I promise I'm not one of those blue curtains mean depression assholes, but This server shows us things that are embedded in our DNA as humans. Listen, the server implores us in no direction. It doesn't have an in-game faction support, but factions still rise. It doesn't tell us one block is more important than the other, but we still build a competent trading system amongst ourselves. It's like what Spielberg said in Jurassic Park.
I'm simply saying that life, finds a way.
I've been in a faction called Morningstar for a bit now, and if you're part of another group, another faction, you're free to leave a dislike on the video and leave a comment about how at a minute 36 you saw a chunk border you recognize and you're on your way to fuck up my day. And that's okay too, because Purity offers balance. You've got just as much of a shot at tracking down and destroying my base as I have to defend it. And that's what keeps me coming back. Not bed wars, not block hunt, not slash baltop, not finding exploits. What keeps me coming back to Purity is that it's just Minecraft.